Racism is actually pretty normal in the service industry, at least on Long Island, and I'm gonna give you a story to illustrate that. Not normal to me, but normal as in common. So I worked at this Irish pub for many years as a bartender, and when I was kind of first starting out there, like I was still pretty green. I didn't really feel like I was established there. We had this night called Wing Night. It was on Wednesday nights. We had wing and beer deals, and it was slammed busy every single week. It was like our best money night, and we had a DJ. Like, I remember before I worked there, like, this was the reason why my friend and I got fake IDs, just so we could go to Wing Night, right? And so when I got put to work on Wing Night, I was so excited, and I started making crazy money, and I was like, this is awesome. And then slowly but surely, like, the DJ would play like pop and, you know, today's hits and some hip hop, but not too much. And then slowly he started playing a little more hip hop, and then maybe mixing in like a little bit more rap, you know, like over the weeks, years, whatever. And I guess apparently there were more black customers. It's okay, buddy, we're waiting for them to call us. But I didn't really notice. I was making tons of money. And so I remember one night my manager came up and he was like, just so you know, there's no DJ tomorrow for Wing Night. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, we're not doing a DJ. And he just walks away. And I'm like, cool, thanks for the explanation. We're not gonna make as much money. So there's no DJ, obviously people aren't dancing, not making as much money, kind of sucked, whatever. A few weeks later, sit down, baby. He tells me, yeah, we're canceling Wing Night. Sit down, baby. And I'm like, why? And he's like, it's getting a little too dark. It's getting a little too dark in here. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And so he canceled it. Then worst part was he replaced it with a country music line dancing night. And these people, let alone not tipping, they didn't even order. They just came up to the bar and got fucking iced waters every 5 minutes before they went back to their little like country western line dancing thing. Super nice people, but not making any money from them, okay? And at a certain point, I asked one of my coworkers, because I'm pissed now, and I'm not making as much money, I'm not making any money, and I'm like, why? After however many years of this successful Wing Night, why did we get rid of it? And he tells me, it got a little too dark in here. And I'm like, can you fucking use your words like a normal person? I don't know what that means. And he's like, there were too many black people. It's not good for business. And he says it just so matter of fact, like I'm an idiot for not knowing it. And I was like, excuse me? Like, what did you just say? And he's like, yeah, it's pretty well known, okay? And like the restaurant industry, like, it's not good for business. And listen, yeah, this was a pretty white area, but the fact, in my mind, the fact that we're having all these black people come in is a good thing, because it's like, look, people are coming from out of town just to be here for this night. Why are we not happy about this? And it's not like they were great customers, never an issue. Paying customers, having fun, tipping, like no issues whatsoever. Meanwhile, these fucking country western people aren't even buying shit. And I remember just being so blown away, like, why would we want to not have these black customers that are coming from out of town, bringing their friends, buying shit, staying for hours, tipping the bartenders? Why would we want to replace them with these cheap country western folk who literally just come here and dance and maybe order one appetizer to split between the fucking 50 of them? Why? And so eventually I asked the boss, and I'm like, can you tell me, like, is this true? Like, why did we get rid of Wing Night? And he's like, yeah, no, Sam, you had to have noticed it was getting dark in here. That's not good for business. And I was like, you know what? This is insane. And he says, like, you're new in this industry. You're going to hear this at any bar you work at, I promise you. And I thought he was just bullshitting me. And I was like, yeah, right. He's just probably a racist prick. No, every fucking bar I ever worked at on Long Island, same thing. Same thing. There was a DJ and black people started coming in. They would tell the DJ, oh, don't play that music. One bar I worked at in Patchogue was like, we don't sell Hennessy anymore. And I'm like, oh, why? Because it's a black drink? And they're like, yeah. So just a heads up if you're on Long Island as a bartender. And I'm sorry if you are on Long Island and you're black, because it's fucked up. And it took me years to really like understand that, like, no, this is how these people, like, this is the way it is. Fucking ridiculous, but that's Long Island for you.
Sorry for bringing money to your country.
No manner.
Sorry.
Okay. Just say like normal thing, like the normal. Okay. Not scream. Okay. In Thailand we not scream.
Sorry for bringing money to your country.
No manner. Yeah, you too. Just shut the f*** off. Just shut your
Relax, my friend.
I'm so tired of white people continuously disrespecting Asian countries and cultures. No amount of tourism or money gives you a free pass to be racist, arrogant, sexually harass people, or act entitled. It's literally not hard to respect people when you're visiting another country. The Thai woman wasn't even being rude. She was respectfully reminding them about the regulations, which I'll put on the screen right here. It literally says to not make loud noises or disrupt other passengers. But clearly they didn't care. It kept being loud, obnoxious, racist, and disrespectful anyways. One of them gave the Thai woman the middle finger, another person pointed their genitals and basically sexually harassed her, and another person made racist slant-eye gestures, while another mocked Asians by saying, "China ni hao," as if every Asian person is Chinese. It's the same racist stereotype that all Asians look the same and is ignorant every single time. And the older woman, who's a teacher by the way, had the caucasity to say, "Sorry, I bring money to your country." Girl, nobody gives a fuck how much money you spend while visiting another country. That doesn't excuse the racism, disrespect, sexual harassment, or acting like you're above the people who actually live here. You're a guest. Act like one. And the irony of that weirdo to say, "Sorry, I bring money to your country." Like, Italy isn't one of the most indebted countries in the world. Like, girl, who the fuck needs your money right now? You should be worried about that debt, instead of acting like your tourist dollars make you untouchable. Then after the backlash, they apologized. And respectfully speaking, they were only apologizing because they got called out on their bullshit and never expected the video to go viral. They just gave a generic apology and then started talking about the hate they were receiving, as if it's not the consequences of your own actions. And as a teacher, you should have known better. You're supposed to set an example, not enable your students while they're being disrespectful and racist. Asians shouldn't be subjected to racism, sexual harassment, arrogance, and entitled simply because we're Asian and never taken seriously when it comes to these topics. We deserve the same respect you expect for yourself when you travel somewhere. So know your place as a visitor. You're a guest in someone else's country. And if you choose to be disrespectful, don't be surprised when Asians call you out and drag you if needed.
It's crazy because you come to Japan and y'all, this is the story of me getting attacked in Kabukicho, getting struck in the back of the head for absolutely no reason. This area where I was attacked is called Kabukicho. It is technically the red light district of Tokyo. Now, the whole point of that video where I was making it when I got struck was to say that even though it is a red light district, and of course in other countries you wouldn't be filming, you wouldn't be taking videos because they're so dangerous, in Japan you can actually do stuff like this. You can film, you can walk around, you can actually enjoy it even if you're kind of like a normal person. At the same time that I was there were plenty of tourists, people taking videos, taking pictures. There are children walking around that area. Anybody knows, if you go to Kabukicho, you will see children, tourists walking around, just seeing the area. I mean, the biggest movie theater in Tokyo is right there. I was right in front of where the big Godzilla head is. So there's this big building, the movie theater, and there's a Godzilla head like over it. One of the most touristy, one of the most photographed and videoed areas in all of Japan, maybe. So any time of day, there are people taking videos, taking photos. Beginning of November, this was November 1st when I was attacked, guys. Is Japan really going downhill? Is Japan becoming more dangerous? If you watch the Chris Abroad video or Oriental Pearl video where I guess she was saying that like Japan is becoming more dangerous, Tokyo is not safe anymore. And then I was going to try to give my take just because I was like, I don't know, it's on my mind, people are talking about it. As I was doing that, 45 seconds in, I get struck in the back of the head. Well, actually what happened was a crash hits me in the back of the head. I'm disoriented. The only way I can describe it is I used to go to a lot of rock concerts, hardcore punk concerts. People are crowd surfing, people are jumping off the stage diving, and very occasionally, like out of nowhere, someone will get like crowd surfed or will stage dive off of the stage and you won't be expecting it, and the heel of their shoe will come smashing into the back of your head out of nowhere, and you're just like, boom. That's exactly what it felt like. And I was like, whoa, because I was not on my guard at all. I was literally talking about like how safe Kabukicho is and how it's really not that bad. First like 1 second that I was hit, literally what I thought happened was I thought that like a street light or something from like a street light or some type of sign fell down and just happened to hit me in the back of the head. That's what it felt like to me. It was very, very hard. And like I said, I didn't see this guy looking at me. Of course, I know that these touts like that guy, these people that are trying to pull people into their scammy bars and sell them drugs and offer them women of the night in Tokyo, I know they really, really don't like being on camera. I don't think they're going to attack you, but I think they'll yell at you and they'll get in your face. And I don't want to deal with that. So of course, if I noticed him looking at me angrily, of course I would have stopped the video, but I'm just like, I was focused on talking about the topic at hand. I was taking my video. I do my best to not get anybody on camera, and that's why I'm looking around. Not because I'm like waiting for a cue for this guy to jump out and attack me or something like that. So I'm actually trying to be respectful toward this guy. I'm trying not to put this guy on camera. This hits me. I think something fell down from like a street sign, or like literally like a pole fell down and hit me in the back of the head. That's what I thought happened. Like when I first got hit, I didn't know what happened. I look up and this dude had already ran across the side of the street to the other street. Say like this is the one side of the street where you guys can see on camera, it's behind me, right? And then on this side of the street, there are like 4 to 5 of his buddies, like the other tout guys, that hit me from behind where I couldn't even see him, directly in the back of the head. Very dangerous area to get hit. Immediately like runs away from me, picks up with like 4 to 5 of his boys, and they're all over there, and they're like puffing their chests out at me, like kind of like, not like walking toward me, but kind of like standing there like what, are you gonna try some shit? This dude just kept saying, and you can hear it in the video, he keeps going, "Are you stupid? Are you stupid? No camera. No video."
Public service announcement. Excuse me, if y'all didn't know, this is the MSC, and frankly, there's just too many white people in here, and this is a space for people of color. So just be really cognizant of the space that you're taking up, because it does make some of us POCs uncomfortable when we see too many white people in here. It's only been open for 4 days, and frankly, there's the whole university for a lot of y'all to be at, and there's very few spaces for us. So keep that in mind. Thank you.
Public service announcement right back. Excuse me. This is a university. Not the MSC for whites, not the MSC for POCs. It is for students. Tuition costs the same no matter your skin color. You don't get to decide there are too many of any race in a public university building. That is not creating a safe space. That is segregation. Be cognizant of the space you are taking up. You mean existing while white? You don't achieve inclusion by practicing exclusion. Thank you.